Hey guys, what's up? It's Stephanie. I am back and I have another video for you guys this week. So today I'm going to be thanking Picmonic. So for those of you who are in PA school or about to start PA school, this is a really good utensil I used for passing pharmacology, for being able to get a good grade in pharmacology. So that's what my video is going to be about today. So it's going to be about Picmonic. So I will talk about that soon. Alright guys, so what is Picmonic? So Picmonic, it's a company, it's a website, it's kind of like an online learning. It was something that was recommended to me by other previous PA students from the past years, and I really recommend this to students, like I said, that are about to start PA school or are in PA school and are struggling with pharmacology. Since pharmacology is a lot about memorization, memorizing drug names, what classes they belong to, what they cure, what the adverse effects are, etc. I think it's really important to have a good tool for memorizing. For me, I tried using flashcards for pharmacology and it didn't work. Like, they weren't sticking. So after my first exam, I started asking previous students what they used for pharmacology, and they all stated that, not all of them, but the majority of them stated that they used Picmonic. So I really recommend Picmonic. They're not paying me to make this video, guys. I really recommend it. So Picmonic is basically, as the name says, it's Picmonic. It's pictures of usually items put together that will help you memorize the drug name. So for example, if you have a drug that is, let me see, remember one. For example, beta blockers. So beta blockers, you will learn about beta blockers once you go into your cardiac module. And you know, it's really important to know what the function is, the adverse effects they have, etc. So in order to memorize the drug names that fall under the class of beta blockers, they'll have usually little Picmonics. So for the class of beta blockers, they had a beta fish, so they had a fish, and that's how I was able to memorize beta blockers. And within that, they would have a lollipop, since the majority of them end in OL, lol, and that was another way I was able to memorize it. So they make fun ways for you to memorize the drugs. Another example would be, I remember barbiturates, which are another class of drugs that you're going to learn under your neuro module. So barbiturates, how did Picmonic use pictures so you can memorize them or just remember them in your mind and for them to stay longer? And I still remember it to this day, so that just shows you how good of a program they are. So for example, barbiturates, they had Barbies, hence Barb, you know, barbiturates, Barbies. And I remember them, some of them, you know, they are a little, one would say sometimes some of them are dirty, but it's like they say in class, you know, like the dirtier mnemonics are the ones that you memorize the most. So for this one, it was barbiturates. They were pole dancing, and that was the way that I memorized it. So I think it's a really fun way to learn and to memorize the information longer. Like I said, it worked so well that to this day, I'm still able to memorize, or I still know these and remember these drug names and drug classes because of Picmonic, because I remember these pictures. So they really help. So that's why I want to make this video, because I want to thank Picmonic, because they are awesome. They helped me do really well in my pharmacology class, so I really thank them. And of course, Picmonic does not have all the drugs. So for some of them, some of the drugs that they did not have, of course, I did spend time studying them, or I tried to make my own like mind maps so they can stick in my head. One of my classmates, she was really good at doing that. In order to memorize certain drugs, she made her own mind maps, and they stuck with her, and that's how she was able to get 90s or 99s or 100s on the exams, because she made these mind maps that just stuck in her head, and she was able to remember them for a longer period of time, especially when it came down to the exam. But you know, in PA school, sometimes you just don't have a lot of time, and especially for flashcards, you know, some of the students in my class attempted to make flashcards, handwritten flashcards, but it was so time consuming. And in PA school, you know, you're going to learn that you don't have that much time. So the fact that Picmonic already has these mind maps for you, and also after every single Picmonic, and the videos are really short, they're about a minute long, the majority of them. The ones that I've seen that are max for like 4 minutes, but they're very entertaining when you're watching them. And at the end of every video or short video, you have a quiz that's going to quiz you over what you just saw and learned. So that's what also helped me, was the fact that I was watching these videos and I was quizzing myself over and over and over again, and this is how they were able to stick in my mind. I also set them up in modules, so I would do I would set up all the drugs for cardio module, for neuro module, and for example, my pulmonology module, immunology, etc. And I would just go over them over and over and over again. And that's the thing, it's like repetition, guys, just going over it and over and over and over again. So this is what really, really helped me out in PA school. So I'm going to put the link down on the description. It's called Picmonic. It can be a little pricey. I did get, they do offer some discounts. I think I paid, I think it was like $120 or $130 for a 1-year subscription, because I wanted to try it out. They do give you a month free, I think, for Picmonic, for you to try it out. And if you like it, you know, you can keep subscribing or cancel it. So I think that's really awesome. But I really, really, really recommend it, especially if you're struggling in pharmacology. And they not only have pharmacology, they also have for other diseases, which I did use. For example, for my introduction to clinical medicine, they have Picmonics over, for example, Huntington's disease, or epidural hematomas, subdural hematomas, subarachnoid hemorrhages, etc. So they have all these Picmonics over also diseases. That way you can learn them and then also remember them for a longer period of time. So I really recommend it. So I'm gonna show you. I'll probably just turn the camera around so you can just see what Picmonic is and how it works and etc. So you can, if you are starting PA school, just definitely keep it in the back of your mind if you find yourself struggling remembering drug names. Alright guys, so I hope you guys liked this video. If you have any questions or comments or feedback for me, make sure you comment below or shoot me an email, and I will get back to you as soon as I can, guys. Being in PA school, it's really busy. Like I said, you know, your time is so limited. Sometimes I forget to check my email sometimes. But I will get back to you as soon as I can, okay? Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Alright guys, so this is Picmonic. I'm using it on my iPad. I usually just go to my Picmonics, and you can see I have them under each category. So for example, let's go to neuro, and also for example, memorizing the cranial nerves are really good. So say I want to go over opioids, and I'll just put Picmonic.
Opioid drugs are depicted as the poppy-droid in this Picmonic. These medications are indicated for pain treatment, shown as the pain bolts on the dragon's foot.
Or like the story mode.
Just started college and he wants to join a dragonist frat. But this initiation is giving him second thought. Opioid drugs are depicted as the poppy-droid in this Picmonic. Phone. Side effects of these medications include respiratory depression,
opioid, right?
inflated lungs.
You memorize it by...
These medications are indicated for pain. Opioid drugs are depicted as the poppy-droid in this Picmonic. These medications are indicated for pain treatment, shown as the pain bolts on the dragon's foot. They are also used for weaning-dependent patients, drawn as the dragons weaning off of weaners.
So it's like super duper good. And then towards the end,
opioid drugs are depicted as the poppy-droid in this Picmonic.
You are able to start quiz. So that, and like for example, from what you learned, the quizzes. So I'm like totally guessing, guys. Respiratory depression, and then it'll give you a description. Okay, this is what this is. What can be used for what? So pain bolt. So yeah, it's really, really good. I really recommend it, guys. Like I said, I put them usually, and they're not even that long. They're like a minute long or less. Some of them are like 4.
We give an overview of the drug class stuff.
But you can even speed it up here. Seems like nowadays in PA school, I'm watching everything at 2
or 1.5, never at 1. But I usually have it at 1.5.
Illustrated by the chef Spore Head.
So yeah, I really, really recommend it. Once again, this is a betta fish I was talking about.
These are antibiotics with...
But it's an upside down betta fish. But this is about cephalosporin, so that's why it's upside down. But yeah, I really recommend it. Definitely invest in it. Like I said, I think it was like $120. That was with the discount. It's usually $150 for a whole year. And then if you refer a friend, they give you also a discount. Once again, I'm not getting paid for this. I really think it's a good tool to use in PA school, and hopefully it helps you guys out. You can, they have an app which I downloaded, so I watch this on my tablet, on my iPhone, etc. So it's really, really good. Alright guys, talk to you guys later. Bye.